Tom, California is a shit show. But by the way, because...
I really wish you would stop complimenting California.
Yeah,
it's worse than that.
Forgive me. Rob, play this clip. Play this clip on what California is doing. California is experiencing the weirdest problem. Here's the problem, Vinny. They now have so many people driving EVs that guess what's happening?
No electricity?
No, they don't know where to get the gas tax money anymore.
Oh, wow.
So they push so many people away from gas. Now they're going to start taxing EV drivers.
What?
So did you understand what I just said to you? So imagine Newsom is like, we need responsible electric vehicles, and we're going to start taxing gasoline. Now that revenue is declining, like, shit, we gotta tax EVs. Watch this.
California is now planning on taxing citizens 30 cents for every mile you drive.
With more than 30 million registered passenger vehicles in California, the state says it shells out more than $8 billion a year to maintain the roads those cars drive on.
What a
But
shit
because
show.
so many Californians now own electric vehicles, the gas tax money is starting to dry up, which is why Caltrans wants to instead charge drivers per mile and is now enrolling people in a 6-month pilot program to test out the concept.
The state of California is now planning on taxing citizens 30 cents for every mile you drive. They claim that they aren't making enough money from gas taxes because of all the electric vehicles. The decision from the California government to plan on taxing citizens 30 cents for every mile you drive has garnered controversy. Commenters claim that you get what you vote for and that this is a bad decision from the California government.
You can pause it by in a pilot program 6 months.
Yeah.
So can you imagine, are we going to be a 2035 EV responsible state? Oh, shit. If we go all EV, where the hell do we get the gas tax money from? We don't. Damn, we got to start taxing the EV drivers that were responsible, that paid $10,000 more for what it is to buy an EV than a regular gas-guzzling car. We lost money. Now, and we got disappointed, upset voters.
So I know all those people that were like, you know what? The Green New Deal, let's all go. Let's all go with them. And now you're shit. Like now you look like an asshole. Now you're like, wait a minute. We did what you said, and now we're gonna get 30 cents a mile. Think about that, Pat. People drive from Valencia to LAX. That's where my sisters commute. That's ridiculous. Every single day. Hey, let's keep voting, dude. California, huh? And I might be moving back.
So if you have let's say you have a 25-mile commute. Or a 20-mile commute. Just say that's a legitimate
20 there,
commute.
20 back, Tom. 40 miles, 30 cents. What is that?
$12 a day.
That's nope. That's almost as dumb as that New York congestion.
$60 a week.
And not to pile on our friend Gavin Newsom, there was another story in the Wall Street Journal about how, I think the minimum wage in California is 17-ish. 16, 17, but they were trying to raise it to 25, and Gavin Newsom signed this into law in October, and now there's a new story that he's reversing course. I sent this to you. It's a Wall Street Journal story on Slack. It says California's $25 an hour minimum wage boomerang. Governor Gavin Newsom says the law he signed last October would add to the state's fiscal woes, and he ignored the warnings at the time, and now he's trying to reverse course. Lo and behold, why? Because the burdensome budget costs are threatening liberal programs. So basically, these policies that they're implementing have ramifications. They're like, oh, my bad, we didn't do the math on it. What was the story that we did like a month ago where
50.
they lost $24 billion in trying to figure out the homeless problem? They're just hemorrhaging money in California, and they just keep voting for these people.
Yeah.
And actually, California's
there it is,
Medicaid,
$24 billion on homeless.
Well, California spent $24 billion on homelessness in 5 years.
Well, it worked because is it supposed to multiply? Because they're doing it. I don't know where that money's going. Is it to bring more homeless there? Because it's not doing anything, bro. The guy's a clown. And anybody that keeps voting for these type of people, and when you have opportunities to vote for somebody else like Larry Eldo, I don't feel bad anymore. I don't feel bad. Good for you. Keep voting for them, and that's the shit that you're going to get. I don't feel bad. My sister and I told them all, you guys need to move the hell out of California.
Yeah, and you have to, California has a huge problem, and it's called free socialist health care. And the Medicaid that California, and when I say it's a problem, it is a good thing if someone who has no health insurance can get care for their son or daughter that breaks their ankle playing soccer. And what California is dealing with is they decided to stop reimbursing hospitals at the same rate. And so hospitals that were in areas where they had a lot of Medicaid patients, Vinny, they closed. And we covered this on the podcast. Remember that, Pat, about a year ago? We caught that they basically screwed themselves because the for-profit hospital says, I can't afford to operate the hospital here and here, so I'm closing it. I'm closing the ER. What do you mean? No ER. There's no ER.
Wow.
We'll do surgeries, we'll do all things like this, come in to have your baby, all these things. But we're closing the ER so that they don't have these destitute people coming up. So guess what? That move by Gavin Newsom actually reduced the health care available to the most vulnerable Californians. Good job.
Here. Watch this. California's $25 an hour wage, the one Adam was talking about. Wage boomerang, go a little lower. This is what they're proposing, right? Progressives in Sacramento rarely think twice before burdening businesses, but lo and behold, they are having second thoughts about their California. Oh, no shit, Sherlock. Like, it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because it's burdensome budget cut. California Democratic legislators scrambling this week to delay the state's higher health care minimum. Oh, they're finally starting to figure out, do you raise minimum wage? The state's budget deficit has ballooned $45 billion, Mr. Newsom's project that the new health care minimum wage could cost the state $4 billion more. You're owing a higher Medicare cost in compensation for workers at state-owned facilities. Legislative analysis. Newsom signed a law anyways. Thus, the minimum wage for healthcare workers is set to rise from $18 an hour to $23 an hour this Saturday, depending on the type of size of healthcare provided. California's current minimum wage for all workers, $16 an hour. Nearly all workers at healthcare facilities, including janitors, will have to be paid at least $25 an hour, including janitors, by 2028.
And if you just do the math on this, $18 an hour, that's $36,000 a year. And then if you bump it up to $25 an hour, that's $50,000 a year. So that's what, a 20% increase, boom, overnight. What do you say? There was a $45 billion deficit. And here's what this article basically, I love this term here. They says, as usual, the Democrats don't want to eat their own lousy cooking. So they cook this up and they're like, yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
And the reality is when the government does these mandates and raises wages, what happens? They charge more and then they have to lay off people. So it's higher prices and more layoffs. And this is expected.
And you saw the comment right in there that Pat just read. Medicaid. Medicaid's the issue. Margaret Thatcher said it best. Paying for things with other people's money only works as long as those people have money.
Yeah.
Once they run out of money.
That's right.
You're in deep doo-doo.
Welcome to California.
It's the last week to compete for the Manette contest. If you go up to the Manette contest here, if you haven't yet downloaded the app, Rob, if you want to go to some of the Manette QR codes, download the app, start asking questions and participating with different folks that what we have going on right now. There's a couple new guys that came on that are starting to get a lot of Manettes.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.